Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're heading back to Hogwarts, a place so many of us think of as, well, almost a second home. But this time, things feel different. That comfort, it's got this edge, this creeping sense of unease. If the first Harry Potter book felt like a warm welcome, this one definitely felt more like a warning.
It really did. A sharp turn.
Exactly. So we're doing a deep dive into Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. J.K. Rowling's second book came out back in 1998. And, this is arguably where the series pivots. It goes from this, charming kid's adventure to something much darker. We start seeing prejudice, hidden dangers, identity struggles. Our goal today, to really unpack the key stuff from this story. The plot twists, those chilling new threats, and the deeper themes that start shaping Harry's world, and really the whole saga. So for you listening, what really stands out about this book? What makes it such a critical piece of the puzzle for you?
That's a great way to put it, because this is where Rowling starts layering in this darker mystery right within Hogwarts itself. It's not just about Harry finding his place anymore. There's something more sinister, something older, woven into the school's history. And the book does so much heavy lifting, expanding the magic, introducing ideas, characters, stuff that becomes absolutely crucial later on.
Yeah.
Especially with Voldemort.
Yeah, it feels foundational.
It really hints that the biggest threats aren't always the obvious ones,
Yeah.
They can be hidden.
And that unsettling feeling, it starts right away, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Harry's back at the Dursleys, miserable summer as usual, and bam, Dobby the house elf just appears. Wide eyes, total panic.
Yeah. Not exactly a friendly pop-in.
No, he's got this desperate warning. Don't go back to Hogwarts. There's terrible danger waiting. It immediately tells you, okay, the stakes are way higher this year.
Exactly. And Dobby's arrival, it puts Harry in this immediate bind, right? Because despite this really scary warning, Harry's desire to go back to Hogwarts is just so powerful. It's his home, his belonging. He'll face pretty much anything to get there. It highlights just how much Hogwarts means to him, especially compared to the Dursleys. And when they try to lock him up, literally, that rescue by the Weasleys in the flying Fort Anglia, it's not just cool magic.
No, it's more than that.
It cements that bond. This is his real family, the ones who see him, who come for him.
It's such a perfect contrast, isn't it? That chaotic, magical Weasley rescue versus the, stifling non-magic of the Dursleys.
Yeah.
And that car, iconic, obviously, but it also kind of foreshadows the chaos ahead.
Definitely.
Missing the train, the desperate flight, smashing into the Whomping Willow. I mean, right from the start, things are not going smoothly.
No, it feels less like just bad luck and more like a sign. Like the magic itself is telling them, buckle up, this year's going to be rough.
Yeah, that cozy feeling from book one, it's gone. Poof.
Absolutely. And that sense of unease, it just ramps up the second they're actually back at school.
Hogwarts felt so safe in the first book, right?
But here it transforms almost immediately. Strange things start happening. Students, even Filch's cat, Mrs. Norris, found petrified, just frozen, stiff as stone.
It's terrifying.
It is. And it's not just physical danger, it's psychological. There's this fear spreading through the corridors. The castle feels vulnerable.
And then the message appears on the wall in what looks like blood. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. Chills. That's one of those moments that just sticks with you. It instantly flips the switch to horror movie territory. What's the history there? What does that message mean in their world?
Well, it's huge because it taps into this old dark legend. Most people thought it was just a myth, The story goes that Salazar Slytherin, one of the founders, he didn't like Muggle-born students at all.
Right, the prejudice angle.
Exactly. So he supposedly built this hidden chamber, put a monster inside it that only his true heir could control, the goal, to purge the school of students he thought were unworthy.
Wow, so that message appearing isn't just a threat.
No, it's like dredging up the school's darkest history.
Yeah.
It reignites old prejudices, those blood purity divisions. And then there's Harry hearing those voices in the walls that nobody else hears. It just isolates him even more, right in the middle of this growing dread. It really challenges that whole idea of Hogwarts as this safe, welcoming place for everyone.
And that isolation, coupled with, his weird abilities, it turns into suspicion, doesn't it? Pointed right at Harry, especially after that dueling club scene where he suddenly speaks Parseltongue, snake language.
Yeah, the big reveal.
Which everyone knows is linked to dark wizards, like the Dark Wizard, Voldemort. How does that instantly change how people see him?
Oh, it's a massive turning point. It brings that theme of prejudice and blood purity right to the forefront. Harry speaking Parseltongue, something he got from Voldemort, unknowingly, suddenly links him to the dark arts in everyone's minds. It's not fair, but it happens.
Yeah.
And we see how this fear fuels the attacks, primarily targeting Muggle-borns. That whole pureblood versus Muggle-born conflict becomes central. And for Harry, it's this intense struggle with identity and secrets. He's got this part of him linked to Voldemort, something he hates, and now people fear him for it.
It's like, does your heritage, or some ability you can't control, define who you are?
Exactly. It's a really powerful question the book starts asking.
Such a heavy thing for a kid to deal with, being seen as potentially evil for something you can't help. But even with all that fear and suspicion swirling around, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they don't back down. They investigate.
Yeah, all the trio.
And Hermione, of course, is just relentless, researching, digging through books. She figures out a crucial clue about the monster. But then, tragically, she gets petrified, too, before she can tell them everything.
Her contribution is just vital, though. It shows how important knowledge and, thinking critically is, even when you're terrified. And her research, it identifies the monster. It's a basilisk, a giant serpent.
With the killer gaze.
Right. A direct look means instant death, which cleverly explains why everyone else was just petrified.
Yeah.
They didn't see it directly. They saw a reflection in water, a mirror, through a camera, or even through nearly headless Nick.
That makes sense.
It's great world building. Those little details matter.
Yeah.
They actually save lives.
Okay, so things escalate massively when Ginny Weasley, Ron's little sister, gets taken, kidnapped, dragged into the chamber.
Yeah, that hits hard. It becomes personal, urgent.
Harry and Ron, they use Hermione's clue, figure out the entrances in the girls' bathroom, moaning Myrtle's bathroom, and the reveal there. Myrtle herself was killed by the basilisk years ago.
Yeah.
It just adds this whole other layer of history and sadness to it.
It really does. And inside the chamber, Harry doesn't just find the monster. He finds Voldemort.
Sort of.
Well, yeah, younger version, preserved in that diary, Tom Riddle, who then reveals, chillingly, I am Lord Voldemort, his teenage self.
And this is where it gets really insidious, right?
Oh, yeah. We find out Ginny's been writing in the diary, pouring out her fears, her secrets.
Unknowingly giving him power.
Exactly. Feeding this fragment of Voldemort's soul, letting it manipulate her, control her. The idea of using something so ordinary, like a diary, for such dark psychological manipulation, that's deeply unsettling.
It really is.
And it subtly introduces this concept, something that becomes massively important later, Horcruxes, though it's not named yet.
Right, the seeds are planted. So this leads to the big showdown. Harry versus the basilisk. Ginny's life is on the line.
It's desperate. Looks pretty hopeless for a second.
But then Fox, Dumbledore's Phoenix, shows up, amazing entrance, blinds the basilisk.
Levels the playing field just enough.
And then the Sorting Hat delivers Godric Gryffindor's sword right to Harry, enabling him to actually kill the beast. It's pure heroism, but also, destiny confirming he belongs in Gryffindor.
Definitely a triumphant moment. But it's also, like you said, planting seeds. Harry doesn't just kill the basilisk. He takes one of its fangs.
And stabs the diary.
Right. Destroys it. And that act is incredibly significant because later we find out that diary was one of Voldemort's Horcruxes.
A piece of his soul.
Exactly. A piece hidden away to keep him immortal.
Correct.
So Harry, without fully knowing it, destroyed a part of Voldemort himself. It's just brilliant long-term plotting by Rowling. Sets up the whole endgame, really.
Okay, so monster dead. Tom Riddle's diary ghost gone for now. The immediate crisis is over. Ginny's safe. Everyone who is petrified gets cured. Hogwarts can kind of breathe again.
Back to normal-ish.
And we get that really wonderful moment. Dobby gets freed. Harry tricks Lucius Malfoy with the sock. Such a satisfying moment.
Oh, it's fantastic. A real punch-the-air moment.
Yeah.
And emotionally, these events are huge. That bond between Harry and the Weasleys just gets so much deeper.
They really become his family.
They absolutely do. It reinforces those core themes, right? Courage and loyalty, Harry risking it all for Ginny, friendship, the trio working together, trusting each other. It shows that real strength comes from connection, from caring about people.
So looking at the big picture, this guy really shows how Chamber of Secrets changes the game for the series. It's not just book 2, it's the book that shifts everything.
Absolutely.
We see courage and loyalty tested. We see the ugliness of prejudice and blood purity rear its head, showing how fear divides people. Harry grapples with identity and secrets, his connection to Voldemort, that Parselton ability, and through it all, friendship is the anchor. Harry, Ron, Hermione, they need each other.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And the book's importance for the whole saga, it's massive. It expands the lore, Parseltongue basilisks, the founders' history, their flaws, and critically, it drops that first subtle hint about Horcruxes, even if we don't get the full explanation for years. It just masterfully sets up future conflicts.
Yeah.
And it definitely sets a darker tone. It shows Voldemort's influence is still potent, even when he's not physically present. It signals that the challenges coming are going to be way harder, way more complex. It's the first real step into the darker side of magic.
Yeah. Wow. Quite a journey back through the chamber. From Dobby's warning in that flying car, through petrified students, ancient legends, to Harry facing down a giant snake and teenage Voldemort. It really grabs you. Maybe take a moment now. Think about your favorite parts or moments that hit differently after this chat. See it with fresh eyes.
Yeah, and maybe think about this. This deep dive shows how even safe places meant for learning like Hogwarts, can have these hidden dangers linked to history, to prejudice, to these dark legacies buried inside. So what does that idea of a chamber of secrets, something hidden inside the familiar and supposedly safe, tell us about maybe facing uncomfortable truths in our own lives or in our own institutions? How do we find those hidden chambers before they cause real harm?
That's definitely something to think about. We hope this deep dive encourages you to maybe pick up Chamber of Secrets again, see it in a new light. Until next time, keep diving deep.